Welcome, everybody. You are here with the Real PG, bringing you some player props for today's MLB slate. It's going to be the Milwaukee Brewers facing off with the LA Dodgers. Game 3? Game 4? Game 3. So, anyways, I think it's the first game in LA. It's been a long week. I apologize here. Let me just let's do this. MLB.com. So, yeah, game 3. That's what I thought. Okay. So, first game in LA tonight. I've got a few props that I want to look at. First, let's take a look at. We talked about this in the stream 2 days ago because it was the initial Milwaukee LAD stream, and then I included props that I liked for Seattle Toronto. So this is what I ended up playing. Smacked the shit out of it. Vladdy for a single. That would have worked out any which way you took him. Santander for HRR. He had opportunity early on for second and third, runners on second and third, and just needed a sacrifice. Couldn't get it done later on in the game, though. I believe it was either a Vladdy home run or a Springer home run that sent him across the base path and got that 0.5 HRR cash. George Kirby over 1.5 earned runs. I figured both pitchers were going to get hit up. I liked Kirby's over earned runs opposed to his hits either way. It would have worked out. Shane Bieber, same for him. Dominic Canzone, the worst batter in the world, honestly. I should have just taken him under a hit. I got scared, took him under 1.5 bases. Free money. And then JP Crawford for a hit. And yeah, that was a successful 7.17x slip. So with that being said, let's move back to this difficult Milwaukee LAD series. Today, Aaron Ashby starting for the Brewers as they are dealing with a host of injuries in the Brewers starting pitching lineup. So Aaron Ashby versus the Dodgers. So most recently he did get 2 Ks. The line today is 1.5 Ks, okay? If we're going to look at this, we need to go to the odds here and first and foremost look at the strikeouts. So for Ashby, okay, they have now changed the lines, okay? Before he was a plus, God, what the hell was it? It was a plus 290 or a plus 270 for 2+ Ks. The line is 1.5 on Sleeper. Let me double check it hasn't moved. Because I have them under 1.5 Ks in both slips I've played today, which I will show to you as well. But before I make anything else, I want to make sure they haven't pulled anything funny. So no, it's still at 1.5 Ks. So plus 800 at 3+, all right? So the line is basically like still about a minus 300 at 2+, and he's expected to get probably a K. He said 4 games versus the Dodgers. He said, 4 games versus the Dodgers, and he has had 2 strikeouts, 1 strikeout, 3 strikeouts, and 1 strikeout. The game that he had 3, he did get through 2 innings of work. He has not made it through 2 innings of work in any game versus the Dodgers outside of that, nor any other game in the playoffs. He generally pitches 1 inning. I assume this is going to be a bullpen pitch game and a general Ashby plays 1. He'll go out there for the second, and he'll probably get through and out, maybe 2. Dodgers at home are striking out at about 18%, so incredibly low rate, and I don't see a contact pitcher like Aaron Ashby getting more than 2 Ks today. If you see somewhere that you can get it under 2.5, that is absolutely free, but I doubt you're going to find that anywhere. So that is a pretty hefty lean I have. I'd be nervous to take him for anything involving hits or runs just because he could be pulled within, 2 innings, or even if he has 2 clean innings, he'll be pulled within 2 innings of work. Ashby doesn't go more than 2 innings. I'm in Milwaukee. I'm a Brewers fan. This is my team. This is kind of my bread and butter here. So I do think Ashby is going to go under this 1.5 line. He has no other lines available today. So slate is slim pickings. I don't love to play. I think the odds on it as well as the potential to put the series kind of away with a big first and second inning from the Dodgers today, it leads to no good for Aaron Ashby. On the other side, Tyler Glasnow versus the Brewers. I'm going to be looking at his Ks over. You've seen the Dodgers trying to rely on starting pitching, pushing them as far as they can go, whether it be Snell going 8 innings, 10 Ks, Yamamoto going the full game and getting that lucky 7th K that hooked me and lost me a nice amount of cash. So let's look at Tyler Glasnow, though. A couple things we could look at here. Yesterday, I made a slip and cancel it under 4.5 hits, which is now at 3.5 hits. I canceled it because I did not have time to check anything. It was literally like trying to put it with some props from yesterday and ended up not doing it, ended up canceling. So that would have been great. Now it's at 3.5. Okay, he has hit the under in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the past 7 games, and he went over by the hook in the most recent game, which was 2025. So hits under for Tyler Glasnow is a good look. I think the strikeouts are going to be there because even though it did take Snell 8 innings to get 10, and it did take Yamamoto, who's kind of a strikeout artist for the most part. He's a lot better at home, but he is kind of a K artist. It took him 9 innings to get 7. But I do have a lean on Glasnow for the over here. You see in his earlier days when he was with Pittsburgh, he was not as dominant, playing very, very, very short innings. 2, 1, 2, 1, 1. And he still was pulling off 3, 2, 4, 1, 3 Ks, right? Last 3 games versus the Brewers since he's been a Dodger. 1 in 2024, 2 games 2025. 7, 5, and 6 strikeouts. The line today is 5.5. I took him at 5+. I also took a slip at 5.5. I kind of regret that and wish I would have taken hits under on one. I also like the walks over 1.5 today. I think the Brewers are going to do whatever they need to do to get the starter off the mound to the best of their ability. Taking a lot of pitches, long counts to the best of their ability. So here we have him hitting over the 1.5 in 1, 2, 3 out of the last 4 games. The 3 games he's been a Dodger, he's hit that line in 2. So you could go under HA, you could go over 5+ Ks, or you could take the over 1.5 walks. I do think the walks is probably my favorite prop after the fact, after placing 2 slips with Ks. But I do still think he can get this done. Last play today on this ugly ass slate is going to be Mr. Tommy Edman. Hits in 4 of the last 5 games. Hits in 2 of the last games. 2 of the last 2 games for the Brewers. His only game as the Dodger, he had 1 at bat and got a hit. And then if we look at this versus the Brewers in general, and not just the starting pitcher Aaron Ashby for 1 inning, you'll see Tommy Edman has run these guys up. 1 hit, 2 hits. He had 2 blanks here. And then 1 hits, 2 hits, 2 hits, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 3, 4, 0, 2. You know, so he's pretty much got the job done. I'm going to be taking him for a hit, and I took him for a single as well today, as I don't think there's going to be a ton of extra base hits necessarily today. And if there are going to be extra base hits, I think they leave the park. But when we look at total bases here, you know, single and a homer, nothing, a double, 2 singles, a single and a homer, a single, a homer. So, like I said, it's either going to be a bag or they're going to be leaving the park, I think. I don't think there's going to be a lot of doubles, a lot of triples tonight, even though that is kind of a Dodgers thing, a lot of doubles being hit. I don't know if it's going to happen tonight. Don't know why I feel like that. That's kind of just a gut intuition of lots of baseball. But Tommy Edman is going to be my hitter of choice today. If we look at the odds for Tommy Edman to get a hit, yeah, he's right up top there. Minus 222. That's kind of what I figured. Best odds in the game going to Mookie, Hernandez, and Ohtani. Then Jackson Chourio. Actually, Edman is actually a higher favorite than Chourio is for a hit. So I do like Tommy Edman today. I think after evaluating all the Brewers' history, that would be the way to go. So that is what I've got for you guys today. I'm going to show you what I've put up to get together so far. Don't necessarily love any of it. I'm not going to go into my NFL stuff because it's just too much and I don't care enough about the NFL. Some picks that I found that I do like though, the T. Higgins sale on sleeper, 37.5 yards. After seeing the first game with Flacco, I think the offense can be able to open up. I think Higgins gets there, and versus the Steelers, he has hit this line. Uh, I believe in two past games. Jalen Warren, I'm going to be taking his under 74.5 rushing receiving yards. Kind of not the primary back at this point. I just don't see Pittsburgh being able to do it for Cincy, and then the past history stats also show that he has hit the under versus Cincy, and I believe it was also two of the last two times he has played him. Chase Brown for 40 plus yards. I think his line is 44.5. I think that's a clear runway for an over there, as I do think Cincinnati can kind of control the run game here and should, like I said, be able to open that offense up where both the pass funnel and the run works. So slip one, I've got Higgins over 37.5 on sale. Jalen Warren under 74.5 rush receiving yards. Chase Brown 40 plus. Tyler Glasnow 5 plus Ks. Tommy Edman for a hit. And Aaron Ashby under 1.5 Ks. This could be really ugly today. I don't know. I really don't feel great about the slate. And then the second one I put together a little bit smaller. Tyler Glasnow over 1.5 walks. Aaron Ashby, again, under 1.5 Ks. I'm pretty convicted on that one. If it doesn't hit, it doesn't hit. That's where I'm at. Joey Ortiz, probably the least useful player in the MLB next to Dominic Canzone. I'm going to be taking him under 2.5 fantasy points because I do think he can get like some kind of RBI. Maybe, he gets walked once or something and gets hit by a pitch and he gets 2 fantasy points. But I don't think he's going to get hit, actually. So you can take him under a hit. You can take him under 1.5 bags. Be real safe. I'm taking him under 2.5 fantasy points. And then last but not least, in that lineup, I'm taking Tommy Edman for a single. And that is going to be paying 4x. The first slip I gave you is a 10.5x slip. So best of luck today. Ugly slate. Until the next one, guys. Peace.